Welcome to Coruzant Technologies, home of the Digital Executive Podcast.
Welcome to the Digital Executive. Today's guest is Weili Dai. Chinese-born American businesswoman, Weili Dai is co-founder and chairwoman of MeetKai, the first AI-personalized conversational search company. She is also the co-founder, former director, and former president of Marvel Technology Group. Dai is a successful entrepreneur and the only female co-founder of a major semiconductor company. As of 2015, she is listed as the 95th richest woman in the world by Forbes. She has been profiled by CNN International for the Leading Woman Innovator series and recognized by Forbes as one of the most powerful women by Forbes in 2014, among many other recognitions. Dai was born in Shanghai, China, where she played semi-professional basketball before moving to the U.S. at the age of 17. She has a bachelor's degree in computer science from the University of California, Berkeley, and currently resides in Las Vegas.
Well, good afternoon, Weili. Welcome to the show.
Hi, good afternoon, Brian. Thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. This is so exciting. I get to have another awesome guest on the show to hear their story. And what's even better is you're allowing me to turn around and share your story with potentially everybody in the world. I have a large global audience, but someday I hope that we're able to touch many lives across the globe to improve their lives or provide some wisdom that will help them, again, make this world a better place. So thank you. So here we go. Weili, we're going to jump into the questions. Weili, you've got quite the career in technology as an entrepreneur and now the co-founder and chairwoman of MeetKai. Could you share with our audience the secret to your career growth and what inspires you?
Oh, absolutely. Well, thank you, Brian. It's a great question. I am so proud that you're doing this global podcast. And, today we're living in the global world. Everybody's connected. In fact, I call myself a global geek because I was born in Shanghai, China, and moved to San Francisco, started science, mathematics, and loved the technology. And then went to UC Berkeley, and all the secret when we talk about all the success in terms of what I have done for the high tech industry, the secret sauce is really the upbringing of my loving parents. And I think everything we do, it's the positive attitude, it's the can-do attitude, and believing yourself. However, always do things to change the world for the better. So if you look at the secret sauce, is really the philosophy of upbringing and believing yourself and work hard and do something that makes difference and for a positive impact. And my parents are truly inspire me since I was little. And so in a way, it's sort of like a secret sauce, but it is kind of the real me of real life experience. And I consider very fortunate.
That's amazing. And Weili, you're absolutely right. I think our environments play into it. Our parents play into it. A lot of things, our life experiences. And I'm just glad that we had the opportunity here to have you on the show, talk to you, and hear your life story. I think that's amazing what you've done in your career. And we're going to move to the next question about this pandemic, right? So hopefully it's starting to lift. And we want to kind of know, everybody had to pivot these last 14, 15 months, right? But what's your plans for growth for your organization going forward? And will it be any different than the last 15 months?
I think the pandemic is really a kind of a good real life experience, taught us so-called a lot of things happen. It's out of your control, right? So This is a perfect example. But at the end of the day, it's problem solving, positive attitude is how we glue ourselves together. It is very challenging last, 14, 15 months, because especially, I'm kind of person like to reach and touch and do things as a team and in person and, all of those. But then all of a sudden we're on the Zoom. But guess what? When this happened, there at least a solution. So we're connected worldwide through the video. But guess what? Thanks to the great technology, obviously, right? Think about the importance. That's why a lot of time I'm so passionate about technology and innovate and disruptive technology and to help the world with a better technology that enhance the lifestyle. So this is another example of, because of technology, even during all these of quarantine and no social, events and no gathering, but we still keep the business going. But looking forward, I'm so excited. Everything's opened up. My husband and I were living, I call the fabulous Las Vegas.
Uh-huh.
And as June 1st, everything's open. I mean, late at night after our meetings, we walk on the strip, you see happy faces, people around the world walking on the strip. Everybody is you can see smiling faces and celebrating, right? As far as for the technology side, this coming Thursday, in a couple of days, my husband and I are flying to Bay Area, the Silicon Valley for business trips. I mean, this is very exciting because it's kind of help us to go go again, right? To meet people and do things in person rather than kind of wave across the globe or across the cities. So it's very exciting. But more importantly, I think the long-term plan, and in terms of our MeetKai, we have, even during the last 14, 15 months, and we're running a nonstop day and night and innovate and try to bring the next generation of AI voice assistant to the world. And so we're very happy to report a few weeks ago, we launched our Global 1.0 and very exciting. And all these critical work was done during the last 14, 15 months. So I'm very proud, but hopefully now we can reach out and hopefully maybe do some traveling and then, reach out to global customers. So very much looking forward to it.
That's amazing. I appreciate you sharing what you're doing. And of course, I'm really jazzed about the fact that we are opening up society again to allow people to get back to their lives, get back to their business, get back to having face-to-face relationships. So this is amazing. So Weili, we're going to talk about a little bit about tech. This is a technology platform, which I totally love. As we talked earlier, right? I totally get jazzed about technology, but you're obviously leveraging some new and emerging technologies, especially around AI within your business. Is there anything you might be able to share with us today?
Oh, absolutely. I can talk all day. I know today we have about 10 minutes, but someday maybe we can talk about this in 24 hours.
Absolutely.
And as you know, I'm a geek at heart, mm-hmm. and technology is fascinating. But technology also requires innovators, inventors, disruptive technology, leapfrog, the existing technology. These are so critical. So as in the last few decades in the business of, building war-leading semiconductor companies, and now I actually, me and my husband were involved in, I would say, over a dozen at least very leading technology, all the way from semiconductor design, from advanced IP and memory technology. One of the company we co-founded called FLC Technology Group. It's stands for final level cache. Mm-hmm. It's a memory technology. And earlier you mentioned about importance of AI, big data, cloud, and imagine the very important technology such as the memory, massive storage data center. We're breathing the data. I call the data in the air, the cloud, right? And imagine if today the technology memory architecture can move to the next level, leapfrog. That's exactly what we're doing. We basically invent and develop the next generation memory architecture and the technology that achieve better and high performance, low power, high efficiency, and cost effective. And the reason is so simple. Today, massive demand for cloud data center, artificial intelligence, where MeetKai, the software intelligence is one of the example, because look at how much data we need to access, right, to get the solution done. So the overall ecosystem of technology really need a big lifting, and that's what we're doing every day. I'm very excited, and I often use a term: if a solution is a pizza or a semiconductor, technology is the pizza dough, and the tomato sauce are all the bigger ecosystems, such as the Apple of the world, the Microsoft, the Google, right? And the toppings are the applications, right? Wow. And such as the MeetKai is this intelligent topping and very small topping and delicious topping land on the pizza. So therefore you can form the most leading, disruptive, advanced the pizza recipe in the world, right? So that's why very exciting. You can see I almost never sleep by living in Las Vegas. Even the schedule even more flexible, because around midnight, if you walk on the strip, lights is on, music is on, people is on the street. So it is wonderful.
It's alive. Yeah, no, you're right. I love this. And your analogy with the pizza totally fits. And I think what you're creating is this amazing ecosystem that's going to not only help businesses, but it's going to help people's lives across the world. And so I think,
better, right? Yeah, for better, right? Better. That's exciting. Yeah, that's cool. When you mentioned that, I was like, oh, music to my ear, it's wonderful.
It is wonderful. I love it. And, just to think that we've probably progressed, especially during the pandemic, we've progressed so fast, so rapidly compared to, just look at 100 years ago. Look at what we've done. And the sky is the limit, in my opinion. So thank you for sharing, Weili. I want to jump into the last question and talk a little bit about, what maybe advice you could share with our audience. We have a large global audience, but can you share something from your career experience that might be helpful for those looking to grow their career in either technology or entrepreneurship?
Absolutely. This is make it easy for me. I'm going to speaking from the heart, because I've been there, done this as a geek, and then work for big companies, gain experience, and then on the street, I call it, become entrepreneur, and then create a successful company, and then become on the Wall Street, right? But if you look at all these, there's really no secret about this. It's all about determination, believing in yourself, and you must, if you're in technology world, you must think disruptive, leapfrog. If you think about solution that's already out there and then you're me too, then you have to rethink, right? So you have to really differentiate. And the key is it's all about driving for success. When I say successful, not just me being successful, it's how do you help customer and your partner to be successful? And how do you focusing on building a successful business in a beautiful way? So it's the philosophy. And this is back to earlier you asked me about secret. Well, there's no secret, because my upbringing, I was so fortunate. Parents is all about being a good person, right? So fair and care are the two words I breathe every day, whether or not dealing with my business, family, friends, because you got to do business in a beautiful way. It's a win-win. It's about focusing on partner and customer success, because if they're successful, since you're part of it, and you'll be part of the success. Sometimes I always tell people it's a common sense, but a lot of time common sense might not be common, right? So the other advice I have for entrepreneurs is based on my own experiences, just do things with common sense and believe in yourself and keep it simple and smart. You probably heard a term called KISS. So keep it simple and stupid. But since by now you know me, I'm a positive person. So I modified the last word. So becoming smart. So keep it simple and smart, right? But the key is there's no shortcut. Work hard, a lot of dedication, and good education is the foundation. So make sure that have a solid foundation, right? But fundamentally has to be positive and teamwork. And of course, at the end of the day, it is all about doing business in a beautiful way. And believe me, if this people say that if the heart at the right place, if you use the right philosophy, and success will come.
I love that. Weili, you've actually just, really, really juiced up this conversation this afternoon. We have a lot of guests. I've interviewed well over 300 people, individuals like yourself that have been successful entrepreneurs and CEOs in Silicon Valley. But you actually live by your values, and I really, really appreciate that. I really appreciate you sharing, because at the end of the day, our someone in our audience is going to take this to heart and really do something with this. So thanks again for the insights, the wisdom. And I'd like to say one last thing. It's been such a pleasure having you on today, Weili. I look forward to speaking with you real soon.
And same here, Brian. You are my hero. Thank you.
Well,
Pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much. Bye for now.